Local 4 News starts now with a forewarned weather alert.
And we'll start with Exact Track 4D radar, a line of storms that's been moving through Metro Detroit. And good news as we come to you here at the 5 o'clock hour, the tornado watch for all of our region has now been canceled.
But that doesn't mean there wasn't any damage. Live pictures right now from Royal Oak. We will take you there in just a minute. That cleanup beginning right there. Now, first, we do want to get you updated on the forecast. Good evening, everybody. I'm Karen Drew in for Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Let's start things off here with Kim Adams. I guess not quite out of the woods yet, right?
Not quite, although the severe weather threat has significantly diminished. I'd be surprised if we even saw a thunderstorm over the next few hours, but the cold front is still yet to come through, and so we can't completely rule it out just yet. But right now, it is raining in parts of Wayne County, southern parts of Oakland and Macomb counties as well, so let's go in a little closer for you here in downtown Detroit. It's a moderate rain shower, same thing in Hamtramck, also in Dearborn, downriver in River Rouge, also Melvindale getting some rain right now, and it looks like this rain is going to continue here for probably the next, I'd say 20-30 minutes, and then this will move off to the east. But the cold front, as I said, still has to come through, and until it does, the SPC is keeping us in a marginal severe risk for just the eastern part of Wayne County down into Monroe County, and then the eastern part of Lenawee County as well. That's the lowest threat level. But until that front comes through, we'll just have to kind of keep an eye on this radar. But the storms are definitely tapering down. And now we shift our attention to opening day, which obviously I'm super excited about, especially since it's not one of those years where we're talking about any thunderstorms and the possibility of it. Tomorrow's looking really good, but it is going to be breezy and a little bit cooler if you're headed out tailgating. So I'll talk about that coming up. And the weekend looks nice as well. But you can always take a look at the Forewarned Weather app. It's a good time to download it now before we really get into the heart of severe weather season. Today was kind of a preview of that. And this way you'll just be able to put in your neighborhood and know exactly when it's going to rain, or if you have a warning in your neighborhood, all right in the palm of your hand on your cell phone.
All right, Kim, and as she just showed us, the storms have kind of been hit or miss today.
Yeah, but one spot that got hit particularly hard is a small neighborhood over in Royal Oak. So let's go out live to Tim Pamplin for a closer look at the damage there. Lots of trees down there, Tim.
Yeah, Karen and Devin and everybody at home, we are on Ferncliff Street, 12-mile Woodward area. This large pine tree came crashing down when the storms rolled through, and for the homeowner there he is with his back to us, that's Cliff. It was a very close call. Take a look. This pine tree fell on Cliff Clark's house. He got home just in the nick of time.
Yeah, I just walked in the back door and heard this loud thump. And of course, the wind had been shaking the trees around the neighborhood. And so immediately went to the window, and of course, we could see the thing out there.
And it turned jet black. And then the wind, I've never seen wind whipped up like that. It picked up all our garbage cans, anything that was out, and just threw it all around. It took it away.
Just a few blocks west of here on Webster Street, outside Adams Elementary, another large pine tree came crashing down, narrowly missing those power lines up there. Fortunately, in Royal Oak, no injuries to report, and the power outages are nothing extraordinary. So back out here, the tree service are trying to figure out if they're going to have to bring a crane out to lift this off, or if they can just hack away at it slowly, bit by bit, and get that tree to come on down. And then a very close call out here in Royal Oak as these storms rolled through this afternoon. Back to you guys downtown.
Glad no one was injured. Mr. Clark was smiling. He had a good attitude
Smooth about it all, yep.
That's for sure. Well, we've seen rounds of storms. It all started with some strong thunderstorms that blew through overnight. I know I woke up to that loud. It
was rumbling, but again, it would depend on which part of town you were in. Take a look at this lightning strike that hit a home in Macomb County, sparking a fire there. This was captured by a doorbell camera, as you can see. Happened at a home on Arrowhead near 23 Mile and North Avenue in Macomb Township. Sean Lay has a closer look at the damage there.
We're behind the home here on the patio. I want to show you around because the damage here is quite stunning from that one lightning strike. The first thing you notice, the roof. The lightning, of course, hitting the roof, starting this fire. And that fire moved very fast, destroying the roof, getting up and under the roof there. And then, of course, the roof could come collapsing down. It's buckling in several areas due to the fire, of course, and then water and foam damage by trying to put the fire out. We'll show you what the home looks like inside. The owner says it is a total loss. Now, both husband and wife. They were here 3 o'clock this morning. Both happened to be up. Both heard that lightning strike and said, "We hope no one's home got hit." Well, a home did get hit. Their home was struck by lightning. The couple who called this place home do not want to appear on camera. It, of course, is an emotional day for them. The couple built this home 10 years ago. Tonight, they tell us it is a total loss. Fire damage, water damage. The roof could cave in at any time. They say it's too dangerous even to go back inside. And the timing of what happened is remarkable. The man's wife got home from work at 3 this morning. Both were awake when they heard a lightning strike. They thought nearby. A doorbell camera captured that lightning strike. The couple did not know their home took a direct hit until they both started hearing crackling. That sounded more like hail to them. A storm was hitting. That's when the owner went downstairs, checked the front of the home. He turned around and the rear of the home was on fire. The couple got out and fire crews arrived. All right, back here live now. So the couple we spent time with today, guys, absolutely in very good spirits despite losing their home. Let's talk about lightning in your home. National Weather Service says it happens in 1 in 200 homes. Lightning rod, they say, helps not deflect lighting, but absorb it and possibly avoiding a fire. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Really something. All right, Sean. Detroit police, meanwhile, investigating a tragedy at a vacant building.
This is hard to imagine.
It is.
A man was actually mauled to death by stray dogs who he fed every day. It happened over on Fort Street, right near Junction, over in southwest Detroit. Victor Williams joins us now live with the very latest. I understand you got an update from police?
Yes, Karen and Devin, in just the last few minutes, we learned from DPD that these dogs have been removed by animal control. The speculation is that the victim was only trying to free and feed them from behind the gates of this abandoned warehouse. Sadly, it didn't happen that way.
They look like junkyard dogs, all greasy and dirty. They're scared, but when they're together, that's when they're dangerous.
For years, Gordon Compton says stray dogs have terrorized his neighborhood near Junction Avenue and West Fort Street, but never thought they would kill a man in his late 60s.
It's very sad. God bless his family.
It's believed the 68-year-old man may have left on his lunch break to feed the dogs inside the abandoned building. Sadly, he never made it out.
Trying to do good and feed a dog and get killed by them. They got to do something about that.
Gordon recalls another person who almost fell victim to the same fate.
A lady was trying to feed them right here, and she had to dive back in the window because they went after her last summer.
Wow.
And I told her, don't try to feed them.
We wouldn't come out when they was loose. They run all up and down through here.
Ruby Compton, on the other hand, always had a feeling that something bad would take place.
All the time I said something was going to happen with those dogs. You know, they were going to hurt somebody.
Police found the body around 2 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. What's unclear is if the dogs were ever found as well.
Animal control came, but I never seen them bring a dog out.
As a result, they want the building gone.
Tear it down. It needed to be tore down years ago. It's been abandoned for years, and people's been living in there.
And once again, those dogs have been removed by animal control on the southwest side of Detroit. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Horrific. All right. Thank you, Victor.
Governor Whitmer signs the repeal of Michigan's near-century-old abortion ban in Birmingham today.
The 1931 law made it a 4-year felony to help with an abortion. Last year, voters passed an amendment putting the right to an abortion in Michigan's constitution. The governor's signature today eliminated the possibility that future voters could again amend the Constitution and then ban abortions. The repeal passed the state House and Senate earlier this year, mostly along party lines.
Tonight, reaction continues to come into the historic arrest yesterday of former President Trump. He is back in Florida after facing a judge in New York on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. House Republican leaders are pushing to make the Manhattan DA answer questions about all this on Capitol Hill. Back at Mar-a-Lago, the former president already tested the judge's warning to avoid language that could incite trouble.
The criminal is the district attorney.
President Trump heard the judge. He's not done anything to try to incite violence.
We cannot and will not normalize serious criminal conduct.
Trump is due back in court, though not until December if the schedule holds as it is set right now. So the potential trial would near the 2024 Republican presidential primaries.
All right, well, that battle between the city of Highland Park and the Great Lakes Water Authority has hit a really critical crossroads. So today, the city says it simply doesn't have the money to pay its annual bill. Rod Maloney is live on the story for us this evening. And Rod, the city also says it's being drastically overcharged.
Yeah, and these are things that we've been hearing for a very long time, say about 30 years. But here's the thing. If you're a resident of Highland Park and you're concerned about, say, your water getting turned off or even having your bill go up, as it stands right now, none of that is going to happen. But that does not mean to stop paying your bill. Keep paying the bill, and let's see how this thing plays out. With just under 9,000 residents and dropping, Highland Park's one of the state's poorest cities. Residents like Shannon Stuckey are weary. Tell me about your water bill here at Highland Park.
It's terrible. It's extremely high. No matter how much you pay down, you get the next bill, it's still high again.
Drone 4 shows us how the city's money problems are best understood. Its shuttered and crumbling water treatment plant that's not been used in a decade, closed because of poor water quality. The city had to switch to the Detroit Water Department that became the Great Lakes Water Authority, and it owes GLEWA $24 million it cannot pay. In a statement, it says, quote, Highland Park's annual water and sewer bills of $7 million and growing are almost as much as our total property tax collections of $9 million per year. Yet this is something Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle has decried for years.
But when you start realizing that part of your cost that you're paying as a ratepayer is for another community that's not paying, that becomes frustrating. And so, we've been doing that for, since 2014. And at some point in time, the folks are saying enough is enough.
The city's claimed for years an emergency manager put her into this position, and the long-standing court cases continue winding up the legal bills. Plunkett Cooney attorney and Local 4 bankruptcy expert Doug Bernstein says the city is in a very difficult spot.
The issue is going to be, where's the money going to come from? So there's got to be a funding source.
That funding source could possibly be the state if, in fact, they end up back in that process of deciding whether there should be an emergency manager in Highland Park. The folks at the city tell me that they don't think that they're in that much of a stressed issue in terms of the regular finances. So we're going to have to see how this thing works out in court. But they are weighing options. And as it stands right now, Monday night, the city council meeting, special session to try and figure out what options they have. Reporting live in Highland Park, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Yeah, boy, a lot of trouble. All right, Rod.